We're here for the press conference with Augusta University. We'd like to welcome head coach Sharon Quarles, student athletes Chloe Allen and Holland Martin. Coach, can you get things started by just talking about what it means to be at the NCAA championships this year?
It means a lot. It's taken, these ladies have been with me for 5 years now, going on 5 years. And so it has been a process to get to where we are. 2 years ago, we got to the Sweet 16. We lost against Carson Newman, and our mantra was to repeat and exceed, and that has always been the case. And this year, we're at the Elite Eight. So this is a fabulous day for us.
Okay. We'll open it up for questions right now.
Coach, and to the student athletes, you guys won your regional matchup in 5 sets, and I think you've been to 5 sets 8 or 9 times this season. Do you think that helps you guys at all coming into this national championship?
Well, we were definitely battle tested. Every time we went 5 sets, we did pull out the victory. And this regional tournament, we went through the 3 seed, the 2 seed, and the 1 seed. We're just happy to be here. We're happy to kind of take on Tampa tomorrow night at 7:30. It doesn't matter the opponent. We just know that we are here to come to fight and battle and play for every point and make it count.
I think it helped our mindsets, too, going into each match, knowing that whether it's 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets, we have the endurance, we have the heart to do it. So that's definitely helped us throughout the season.
Basically the same thing as they said. Yeah, like we're willing to fight for every game, and it doesn't matter how long it takes.
So what has the focus been at practice? Like, what have you guys been focusing on mainly leading up until tomorrow's game?
We've been focusing, if we go back to midway through the season, trying to establish the outsides. And we had a little struggle there. So Chloe Allen, who's been our middle up to this point, all the way since she arrived at Augusta University, has been a middle. And then we made the decision to kind of put the ball in her hands more. And so we transitioned her from the middle to a 6 rotation outside. And since she's moved to the outside, 9 out of the last 10 matches, she's scored double-doubles. And so that's been the biggest change that we've made thus far in the latter part of the season that has really opened up the pins and the middles and the right side so they can do their job more effectively. And I think now between her and Kylie Martin, they're getting about 60 to 70 swings in a match, which is huge for us.
We all know you guys are student athletes. Student comes first. How have you guys been able to balance? I know a lot of schools are in finals or finals are coming up, so how have you guys been able to balance that?
I think just rescheduling a lot. I also have to give it to our coaches, our compliance people who help us out, and also our professors. They're very willing to work with us. They understand how big this opportunity is for all of us. So a lot of our professors, well, at least mine, have been more than willing to work with my schedule and what I need. So just either taking a final earlier or later on, that's kind of how I personally have handled that. So.
I would say my professors are pretty willing to work with me as well. I actually have 2 projects due after this. But it's been kind of a struggle just since we're cramming all this in at once. Like regionals happen so fast and then this is happening really fast. But we've had a lot of time or downtime, luckily, to work on stuff. So.
And because we have 7 seniors on the roster, we have quite a few medical students, nursing students. We have one student that's in the nursing leadership program. So she's in our master's degree program. And so it's very demanding majors. So we've had to kind of take a new switch or a change to our season, the way we kind of train and practice, that now they lift on their own. They know when they lift, they know what needs to happen, and they do that on their own. But our practices pretty much are in the evenings just because of the clinicals. And, there's some weeks we take, an extra day off just because of the class schedule. And it has been effective. It's worked thus far. We're not going to really kind of change because it's just, they know what needs to be done. And so they just embraced it because they know how to get to where we're at today. And so that was the primary focus of take care of your academics, and then the volleyball part will take care of itself that way.
Question for Chloe. Coach had mentioned that you changed your position halfway through the season to exploit the outsides more and to get more involved in play, and it's worked numbers on the stat sheet. But behind the scenes, how hard was it to adjust from a position you've played throughout your entire college or even high school or even earlier throughout your career?
It actually wasn't too difficult, I will say. I did play at high school. I was an outside for my high school team, and then during club, I did play middle. I'm a big fanatic too with the outdoors, like playing outdoors and just getting more touches in there and stuff too. So it was a pretty easy switch. Just kind of volleyball, I would say. I don't really have an answer to that. I just appreciate the opportunity to do it. I kind of sort of found it as a challenge. Like I said, okay, well, moving to the outside, I will get more balls, and like, so what can I do with the balls that I am getting, and how can I score, obviously, and points for my team. So personally, that's what
Since this is the top 8, I feel like there's a lot more pressure. But since you guys are seniors, what have you done to help the rest of the team, like the freshmen and sophomores, to keep the same mentality as all the other games this season?
I would say that, well, Chloe, Kylie, and I are like in the game the most. So I say like we have all actually talked about this, like remaining calm and making sure that we like don't freak out or anything like that, and like just being a leader on the court. And like if stuff isn't going our way necessarily, like stepping up and saying like you have this or whatever, or getting stern if need be. And I would say that we've done a pretty good job at like remaining level-headed even when stuff has gotten a little like chaotic.
I think we're also able to sort of explain like what, obviously it means a lot to everybody, but it being our last season, we were able to really like sit down with our team and talk to them about how like each little step was important. If someone might not understand it, but just knowing that you can't take for granted every game that we go out, and when every chance you get to step out on the court, it's important. So our teammates, like all of our younger ones, have been more than accepting of that, and have really like stepped up to the plate when we needed them to.
A question for both Chloe and Sharon. Everyone always talks about on the stat sheet attackers, people who get the kills and assists, but a great defender, people that can get the digs, the stats that the media and everyone usually tends to overlook. How important are players like Holland, who has over 600 this season, to a team as a backbone and as a form or as like a support?
Yeah, well, I obviously can't do what I do until she touches the first ball. So everything that she does, whether defensively, serve, receive, it's always so consistent. Like I know going in to a game, Holland will consistently work her hardest to get the pass that the setter needs, or the set that I need if it's out of system, or digging up balls, and like us just help like getting her digs that she needs. So basically, she's amazing, and we cannot do what we do, what Augusta Volleyball does, without her and the role that she plays. Whether it's mindset, mentality, and obviously like skill level wise and stuff like that. So.
And I think that's the reason why I have her in here today, because what she's done and what she's brought to the court defensively has been enormous. Between the bro and the setters, you know, they don't get the attention. They don't get the accolades like the attackers do, because you know attackers are flying every which way. But who helps to create that to happen is the setters and the bros that actually kind of move the ball to where it needs to be, and to have the quarterback on the defense to direct defensive movement, because it's to win matches, you got to serve and defend, bottom line. And, you know, we as a team have got to come out there and serve tough, but, you know, defense has got to be present, and it has got to be able to pick up every ball and prevent balls from hitting the floor, and that goes with that different colored jersey, to have that strong personality, that strong person out there leading that charge.
So we know about your success on the court, but just for those of you us who haven't followed the team, any superstitions or fun facts about the team or stories throughout the year?
I'll do mine. Okay, I have a really big superstition. So, well, ever since we won our conference tournament, like throughout that whole thing, we're all really weird about our hair, kind of. Like I wear a blue scrunchie and then a twist, and then like some girls do certain like braids up the back. That's like one. And then who we warm up with every game, we just keep that the same. I'm trying to think of other ones that we've had. I want to say maybe those are like the big ones that we've been doing, but yeah.
What do you think's brought the team together just as the year has gone on?
I'll say in the middle we kind of had like a pretty rough patch where a lot of us were just frustrated in general, not with like one another necessarily, just with like how our season was going and like how we were playing as a whole. And I think like once we overcame that, I'm not even sure what really shifted, but something just randomly shifted in our team. And then after that, we all came together and just like had the same mindset of we're going to Tampa, and here we are. So it worked, I guess. But yeah.
I think it also helped that we were able to open up with each other more, or just create like closer knit relationships. So then that helped on the court, as well as off the court, like being able to be true and honest with each other. Like, hey, I need this, or I need you to fix this, or step it up doing this, and yada yada yada. So it just, I don't know what did happen. Like it was just like something
It was
internal.
a
just
shift, and we all
shifted,
just
and
decided
then-
we're going to start playing good again. So.
All right. Thank you to Augusta University. Good luck.
Thanks
you
so
guys.
much. Thanks also.
That was the last one, yeah? Till tomorrow. First one's at noon.